Hey everyone, it's Flava back with another monthly upload. If you've been with this channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I mostly upload Overwatch content, and it's been that way for the past, I don't know, year and a half or so. There's some variety thrown in here and there, but for the most part, it's Overwatch. And while I have enjoyed the game a great deal, I think it's time to come out and admit this game is dead. It's dead. Its views are dropping on Twitch, and I'm going to talk about kind of why I think that's the case and why I really don't play it anymore. A big factor in the game is fun over skill, or as a lot of the community calls it, easy to play characters. You've got characters like Brig, you've got characters like Orisa. They're just easy characters to play. There is no outplay to these characters. Now Brig is starting to get nerfed, which is all fine and dandy, but I don't care, to be honest. It's too late for me. Hopefully this change is good, but these characters, they're just brain dead, and the fact that these characters can ever be meta, like Mercy, Brig, and Orisa should not be meta characters. They are fundamentally flawed. They are super easy to play, super hard to kill, and have way too much value when they were meta. And Mercy's in a place now where she should be. Orisa's still too strong, and who the fuck knows with the other one, like, who knows what'll happen with that character. But Blizzard just promotes this fun over skill, and it really hurts the competitive scene and the competitive community. And to be honest, there's not a lot of casual players in compared with competitive players. If you really look at things like Twitch, or even just ask the community, most people play competitive because it's the only time the game feels like it works. Fun over skill in a casual environment is just, who cares? But in a competitive sense, it really hurts the game's life. Number 2, Blizzard is more or less deaf to their audience, or at least they have been. I know, now you can say, chat, right, that they've come out and they're making good patches, they're making them faster, but it is way too little, way too late. These patches were needed like 6-7 months ago. This should not be the case now. Brig should have been nerfed way before. She should not have been able to 1v1 Rhine, and she should not have been meta for so long. And it just feels like Blizzard is more or less deaf to the audience. Like, it's terrible, to be completely frank with you. And you could say, well, they're working on Overwatch 2, so their resources are going to be split. That's true. But Blizzard went silent for over a year. There was no communication, nothing. Barely any balance patches, nothing happened. And that killed most people's will to play the game, and it really hurt mine. So they don't listen the way they should, and this has been a common theme with Blizzard, is they really think they know best, when in reality they have top tier players all around them and don't ask for their balance advice ever, which is just almost unbelievable to me. The fact that Blizzard is so deaf to their audience causes problems in game design, game balance, mostly in game balance, right? I'll say most of the characters are designed well, everything looks fine, everything plays fine. It's in character philosophy and character balance that Blizzard just cannot get it straightened out. Easy characters should not be meta. They have got to have some tricks to play them. They've got to be at least somewhat difficult. You cannot have easy characters being meta, and they just really don't seem to care what we think. Speaking of Blizzard going deaf and going completely silent, we have the lack of updates and contents. I cannot tell you, I think it's been four years, maybe more, that we've had Junkenstein's Revenge. We have had Junkenstein's Revenge every Halloween, almost with no changes. And I hate to be that guy, but throwing in an extra few skins isn't enough to keep players interested. It's abhorrent, to be completely frank. The events are a joke. They are, like, I can't think of anybody who cares about the event over the skins, if I'm honest. Like, I played Junkenstein's Revenge a lot when it first came out, and then a little bit after that, and I got the achievements and all that, but I have not touched that game mode, because it's the same thing every year, recycled. And that goes for all the events. Like, all of the events need work, or we need new events. They need some variety, and they're really just slacking on updates and content, and they have been for like a majority of the time Overwatch has been released, especially in terms of holiday events. The holiday events are shit. Like, they're just garbage at this point. Nobody's playing them, and they're boring and washed up. Number 4 is more of a community problem. We've got the supercilious and moronic, like, the players, dude. The players in this game suck ass. Like, they are trash. Not to flex, but you see things a little differently when you're master. And I know all the GMs chat, all the actual GMs and top 500s. You can talk down to me, that's cool, but I'm not plat. And the players, dude, think that they're some sort of, I don't know, deity when it comes to game balance, game design. They're honestly, like, not as bad. They're just assholes like most Blizzard games, so it doesn't really matter. This is more of a Blizzard problem, but the community's shit, so it doesn't matter as much. And number 5, the thing that I really think killed Overwatch is the lack of playstyles for fundamental rules. This fucking sucks. Like, why do we have 20 plus DPS characters and 4 or 5 tanks, 3 of which are main tanks? Your entire team is your entire team playstyle is decided by which main tank you can pick, or which main tank you pick. And there's three main tanks. You have 3 playstyles, and one of them is just hard anchor defense. You can't have that. You cannot have that. I like what they were going for with Sig. They wanted to kind of make him both roles, but there's really not a place for that type of character in Overwatch. Things have defined roles, and they really need to stay in their roles, or the game kind of feels dirty, I guess you could say. It feels messy and sloppy. That's kind of what happened with shield meta when you'd have fucking Symmetra shield coming up, and then you'd have Ori Sig. It was just absurd. You got Mercy flying around, but dude, it's just, for tank and support, there has got to be more choice and diversity. There are like 3 playstyles for tank, and there's 3 main ones for support. Support has a little more leeway because your entire team isn't predicated upon what your support picks. That's more of a tank thing, but supports need major changes too. I think supports could kind of be changed by just adding more characters, and to be honest, I think that's kind of the same thing with the tanks. Just add some character, and don't add the same characters over and over again. That's the one thing you can't do. Like, Echo's a great character. I don't know why she's DPS, and I don't know why we're still producing DPS characters. I get that it's easy to make a DPS character, but for such important fundamental roles, you really have to step it up and make support and tank. You got to give them more diversity. You've got to give them different play styles. You've got to make them fun and engaging. Don't come out with another fucking Orisa. Nobody wants to play that character. It's shit. Alright, do not put that thing back in the meta. But I'm honestly not feeling it. I'm not feeling Overwatch, and I wish I was. Like, it's just not the game I remembered. This gameplay you're seeing on screen is from a few months ago. It's not even recent because I couldn't bring myself to play the game. It's just boring and dull, and a lot of that could be said because of how I played it, just grinding comp all the time, but the game just doesn't feel fulfilling or fun, and I think it's in a really bad spot, which is tough to see because I still love it. It's just, they just really fucked it over in terms of development and how they went about with things. It feels like every major step they have to take, they step into a giant fucking pothole. Like, every single time. You've got Orisa Sig, double shield becomes meta. You've got goats becoming meta. Like, you got to not make that the case. Double shield is fun for nobody. I can think of no serious player that actually enjoys playing double shield other than to win. It's a boring playstyle, except for maybe Orisa players who are living on one brain cell anyway. But yeah, I have hope that the devs can kind of turn it around, and I'm sure the game isn't as bad as I think it is. I've just played for probably too long, and I'm just burned out. But I might come back eventually. But at this moment in time, the game is just awful. It's so bad to play. I'd honestly rather go play Roblox, and Roblox is shit. But I'll hold out hope. I have good expectations. Blizzard can turn it around. I know they're capable of it, but the fact that I just don't think they will. Like, it's not a Blizzard thing to turn something around for the better. So yeah, I'm gonna probably not be uploading Overwatch. I don't know if I ever will be. There's gonna be some uploads coming in. I'm sorry that they've been slow. You know, I'm kind of a retard and I'm lazy, but I'll try and get some more uploads out soon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, if you did enjoy, leave a like. I've been Flava, and I'll see you all in the next one.